Hey, Steve here from GuitarZoom.com, and today we're going to be talking about 5 mistakes that self-taught guitar players often make. Number 1, it can be difficult to create a logical path of study and just practice random things. So you might be on YouTube looking up this and then looking up this and then playing this song. And again, I'm not saying that you can't be successful with it, but that happens a lot. And I know this because I often will get students that come in, for instance, to GuitarZoom, and they'll be all confused because they're practicing this and they're learning this and their buddy said to do this, and they're just all over the place, as opposed to trying to create a logical path from one element to another element. And so that can really be something that can get in the way. Number 2, skipping essential and fundamental theory. So you're learning how to play this lick and you're learning how to do this picking technique and you're learning this song, and that's all great. Eventually, if you're going to play with other musicians, it is nice to know some practical and fundamental theory about keys, about chords, triads, chord progressions, how scales and chords interact, modes, like different kinds of things like that can be very helpful. Understanding what a pentatonic scale is versus a blues scale versus major and minor, these sorts of things. Again, you might already have some of this information, but oftentimes I find that people are lacking some of those things. Number 3 would be developing bad habits that can be hard to break as you move further in your playing. So maybe there's a certain picking thing, and I'll use my own example. I started playing, I didn't have lessons as a kid. It wasn't really until I got to college that I started shaping things a bit more. And when I first started playing, I had no idea how to alternate pick properly. I could down pick, but I couldn't really up pick at all, and I certainly couldn't alternate pick. And I had carpal tunnel surgery on my hands when I was about, I don't even know, 16? 17, something like that. And at that time, because I'm a little bit older, it took a long time for recovery, where now it doesn't take quite as long, but it took a long time to recover from that surgery on both my hands. And the downside was I lost a lot of the strength and stuff, and I wasn't able to practice for quite some time. The upside was somebody introduced me to the proper way of alternate picking, and it was actually a really great thing for me that I went through this and actually learned how to do my alternate picking the right way. So developing bad habits can be a problem. Number 4, development of I'm reading off my 5 things here. Development of a proper practice routine to get you to your goals quicker, okay? From someone who's already put in the work and can assess your playing and create a plan for you based on the things that you need most. So developing a proper routine. The first thing I always do when someone would come in for a lesson is I'd say, let's talk about you. Let's talk about your goals. Let's talk about where you are in your playing, what you'd like to be able to do, the struggles that you're having. Let's figure all of this out and then start making some goals for you to be able to attain those things. That comes from somebody with experience, somebody that has done this before many times, assessing problems and finding solutions. And so that's something that really can help save you a lot of time in the long run, is talking to somebody who can say, hey, I know where you are. I've been there. And here's some things that you could do. Here's some things to avoid so you're not getting lost in the weeds. You're staying on track. And then the 5th thing I would say is the other thing that I think is a problem is always relying on tablature. Okay, not developing a sense of ear training so you can hear things and figure things out by ear. Now again, this isn't everybody, but I do encounter a lot of people where all they do is play tabs. So they haven't figured out how to sight read, and not that everybody needs to learn how to sight read. But depending on what your goals are, depending on who you see yourself playing with in the future, learning how to sight read might be an important thing. Certainly learning how to hear things and figure out stuff by ear is a really important thing, because you might be in a situation where you're with other people and you're trying to figure something out, or somebody starts playing and you're trying to figure out what they're doing or what key they might be in or what scale you're going to use for the solo or something like that. You might not always have the availability of just being able to plan that out at home. And so, yes, while reading tabs is awesome and can provide you with all kinds of different things, learning how to play by ear or learning how to sight read, depending on what your goals are, might be something that's worth taking a look at as well. Thank you for watching this video. If you're enjoying this video and you'd like to support the channel so we can continue to bring you more free content, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you'd like more in-depth training and courses, go to GuitarZoom.com and get started for free today.